Digital IDs won't stop the boats, and after my £2.5 grand fraud incident today, I'm not convinced they'll stop criminals either. So this morning I woke up to a £2,500 charge on my credit card that I definitely did not make. Looked a bit closer and there'd been 2 more attempts and they'd already been blocked and they'd been made in foreign currencies. I rang the bank straight away and they sorted it. They cancelled the card, the refund's on its way. They reckon it's probably a company I'd used that had got hacked. Not anything that I actually did wrong. But here's the thing, even though I was upset and angry about this, at the end of the day, it was just a card. You can cancel it. And banks have systems to help you get it all done and secured. And I have to say, my experience was quite pleasant actually for something that's so unpleasant as that. Then once I've done that, the money comes back and all is well in the world again. Now, imagine it wasn't a card. Imagine that it was you. Imagine it was your identity. One digital key that opens your bank account, your medical records, lets you travel, lets you work, lets you buy things. It's how you prove who you are. What do they then cancel then? That's what I want to know. How on earth do you get a refund on your life? That's why I'm not sold on this whole digital ID thing. And I'm not some tinfoil hat guy, and I'm not anti-tech. I think just putting everything in one place is asking for trouble. One single breach and tens of millions of people are going to be exposed. You can't unleak someone's life. And the whole pitch for this is that it will stop illegal working or fraud. I don't buy it. Illegal working happens because employers turn a blind eye or they pay cash in hand. An app is not going to fix that. Fraudsters aren't going to politely queue up and scan their QR codes. They're going to use fake identities and fake accounts, whatever the weakest link is. It's just what happens. I really believe that a massive identity database isn't a solution. It's a target. But they sell it to you with fear, don't they? Fear of boats, fear of crime, fear of whoever they're pointing at this week. Fear doesn't pay your bills though. And with all the inflation, extra taxes and costs hitting businesses and real people, we have to be able to look after ourselves. Times are bloody tough. And who knows what's going to be in Rachel Reeves' budget come 26th of November. But here's the reality. If they end up making these digital IDs law, there's pretty much nothing you or I can do about it. And I bet they're going to keep this fear going to get these new laws passed. But as individuals, we need to realise that fear doesn't build anything. We've all got decisions and choices to make. So what can you and I actually do? All you can do is take control of the things that you can control. Your skills, your income, your spending, the assets you own, the choices you make. Because when times are hard and the government are using fear to get new laws passed that we don't actually want, by the way, one way to remove yourself from all of this is to have enough money and wealth to rise above it all, to help you make different choices, or even to pack up and just leave the country. Do you think the wealthiest people in this country feel the same about all of this as you and I? No. If they don't agree, they can just make a choice. They have that freedom, and they can only do this because they've got assets. And people with assets have options. People without them, they get squeezed. They have to put up with things that they don't like. They get stuck and become poorer and poorer. There are loads of different types of assets that you can own to help you do this. One of my favourite is property. And right now is the best time to get into property investing. It's the best window in over 20 years. And we may not see another window like this for another 20 plus years too. But people are saying that I'm wrong and it's not a good time. Here's the thing. Anyone who's already in property will tell you that now is the time. Now is the best time. I can't make it more plain than that. Properties are sitting on the market, not selling. Amateur landlords are selling up and they don't want the hassle anymore. They just want to move on. The government's new renters' rights bill is going to make them even more motivated to sell because it's about to come into law. But all the new investors and the people thinking about investing, they're hesitating. They're second guessing if it's the right move or not. And that's just because they're not educated. They don't know what I know. They don't know how to recognise a real deal or how to negotiate properly. And I'm not saying that this stuff's easy. There's always refurb problems, lenders to deal with, tenants to look after, problems that land on you at stupid o'clock in the morning. But if you know how to do this properly and you know how to build a power team, you can outsource all of this stuff too. When you know how to buy right, you get control, you get cash flow, and you get leverage. And that's what I want more people to be able to do. You don't need to know everything. You need a clear path and people who actually want you to succeed. If you're just starting out, you need simplicity and real answers. And if you're already active, you need ways to help you scale. Otherwise, you're going to regret not taking the action and capitalizing on the best window we've had in over 20 years. Some of the things people need to learn: how to raise private finance properly, how to buy at auction without getting your fingers burnt, how to structure deals creatively, how to build a presence online that brings investors to you. And that's exactly why we built Property.School. Property.School is our global online platform designed to help people like you get started in property. There's new content every single week, hundreds of hours of courses, resources and masterclasses taught by some of the top UK property investors and trainers from Progressive Property. You can learn from people like Rob Moore, people like Kevin McDonald, plenty more. Better yet, you can join now for less than 50p a day and get instant access. And then if it's not for you, you can just cancel because there's no ongoing contracts either. If you want to stop depending on systems that could let you down and build income streams that they can't just switch off, you need to own assets, create cash flow, get leverage from what you know, not from what your mates are saying down the pub, from real people who have made millions doing this. So here's what I'd like you to do. Go to any browser right now and type in property.school/go. Just type it into any browser, property.school/go, and click join. It's that simple. Look, and if you've been meaning to start, this is it. And if you've been meaning to scale, this is your moment. And think about my morning again. £2,500 gone. One click. The bank fixed it because it was just a card. But if a central system leaks your identity, no one's going to cancel that for you so quickly. So don't hand over your future to people who don't even know your name. Back yourself, learn property, build cash flow, grow wealth. I'll see you inside.